Hey man, I'll go back at it again. We got Shaman King 100 Kamen Rider build that Bill Nye had hands. For those who may not know what Kamen Rider is, it's basically like Power Rangers, but more mature and one person instead of 5 people. I'm telling y'all, get into it. It is tough. Shout out to Shaman King as always. If you want to watch the video yourself, link in the description down below. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and dive on into this.
Okay, today I am taking another step into my Kamen Rider journey by covering one of the most requested ones on the channel. And no, not Ryuki. I'm saving that for something special for y'all. We talking about Kamen Rider builds, baby. And we will be covering the first arc of the show since I could not fit the whole season into one video because that thing was about to be a movie. But I'm down to cover the rest of the show if that's what y'all really want.
Let's just jump into it.
So we start this off with the astronaut finding Pandora's box. Yes, that Pandora's box on Mars and brings it down to Earth. With that string of words I just muttered, nothing could go wrong. Yeah, it's about to go wrong. As in the midst of celebrating this find, a man runs over and opens Pandora's box. Literally the one thing you're not supposed to do with it. And with it brings segregation to Japan by a Great Wall breaking Japan into 3 districts. But we'll touch on that a little later. Right now, let me introduce you to our protagonist of the show, Kiri. He's a man living in the secret laboratory of a coffee shop. He's the Kamen Rider we'll be following through this story, and he happens to have amnesia. I don't know how you forget the last 20 years of your life, but you still remember to be a science genius, but we're gonna roll with it. But the only thing he can really remember besides being a genius is that he was experimented on, which looks to be Weapon X run by Batman. But yes, Kiryu is at this coffee shop with this man and his adopted daughter, and for the most part, he's a good comic relief character. He's pretty cool. I like him, and he treats our boy pretty well. And if you're wondering why my boy Kiryu is so excited right now, that's just because he just got a brand new toy. Well, it's a little more than a toy. It's actually the gimmick of this show, which I'll explain in a little bit later, as these are the things that are going to help our boy turn into a Kamen Rider. But he can also use them as like Capsule Corp technology from Dragon Ball Z, using it to just spawn in a bike. So our boy hits the commute to work, but on his way there, he runs into the ex-MMA fighter known as Banjo. Banjo? Like Banjo? Oh, please don't play me in that comments, please. Banjo. He was framed from a murder of this man whose name I'm not going to try to say right now.
Takumi
Katsuragi. The Batman and the people that were experimenting on him and our main character. So they have a little bit of a conversation and a misunderstanding, but in the midst of them weave skin for the thing. Oh, and it's clobbering time. These moves of the week are known as Smash and
a Smash?
That's just the name of the monster. I know your boy got some crazy taste, but I got some standards here. That was out of the way. My boy just got slapped. Oh yeah, this Smash was not playing around. It was trying to get to the business. And salute to my boy Bancho. He was really trying his best to fight back. He give it a little
bing me
on that thing. But
damn!
Dusted by this monster, it was time for our boy Kiryu to step up. And boy, I didn't even peep. My boy had the mismatched Converse on. Ooh, my boy looking smooth with it. And he hits us with one of the smoothest transformations I done ever seen. Boy even got his own announcer for shit. I don't even gotta say nothing. Oh yeah, that's hot. That's hot. Yes,
that's good spade.
Bill, baby, he looking clean. But this is a good moment for me to take a pause and explain the gimmick of this series to you. So our boy takes a little bit of Sprite and a little bit of Coke. Oh snap, that's the wrong script. God. Oh, here it is. So our boy gets 2 different capsules and fuses them together. Each capsule has its own bit of basis and element that it pertains. And our boy's always looking for the best match. So in this case, his most common one that he uses is his rabbit fused with a tank. I don't know why that's a perfect match.
I don't know.
I'm just going with it because my boy looked fire. He was straight down the bin and he done hopped over, man.
Oh yeah.
Pulled out the utensil.
Damn.
I gotta say, having the science tubes come up when he summons something, it's just a nice touch. But he go ahead and hit the man with the meat and decides it's time to shake things up. You see what I did there? And switches out his rabbit capsule with a hedgehog, and I don't know why my dumb thought my boy was about to go supersonic on a man, knowing damn well hedgehogs in real life are slow as hell. But the capsules lets my man acquire some spikes, and he gives this villain a little But our boy knew that time for fun was over, and in a move that would impress Dr. Stone himself, our man goes underground, summons a literal white energy chart graph thing, and my boy jumps back out and gives him a straight kick to the chest with his vortex finisher. But some people show up to come and rest our boy Bancho, and our boy Bill has to make the decision, and that boy barely hesitated for a second and said, F it, we becoming fugitives together. This is all the first episode, and I'm already enjoying this series. I do want to say a couple things, however. If you're enjoying this, make sure you like and subscribe. I won't be able to cover every single fight that I really want to in this video. I'll have to probably put them in their own solo video or one of our compilation ones. But with all that being said, there are some spoilers ahead. So if you don't want to be spoiled, you can tune out now. I'll understand. I'm going to be covering up to episode 14. So if you don't want to be spoiled, go watch the first 14 episodes. Come on back. Kamen Rider. So with that
I'm ready.
out of the way, Bancho is part of the team, and we find out a few things about him. One fun fact, he was framed for murder. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
He's framed for murdering Katsuragi, even though our guy happened just to walk in on a dead body. Not sure if it was even really him. This will be important later. And we find out that our boy has a girlfriend who eventually gets turned into a smash. And in the midst of trying to reunite with her, ends up having to turn her into a pack. And I mean that literally. There was no way to save her, so they had to turn her into a capsule toy. We also end up finding how he ended up in the Batman's program. He got drugged by a bald-headed cop that took him there, so they knew that was probably their best lead to find out about this shady organization. Only thing is that he was in another district, and they would have to travel by boat to get there. Luckily, the news reporter that our boy saved from earlier was able to help them out on this one. This man also has amnesia. It's an epidemic, homie. This man doesn't even remember his own family and child. But because they brought him to the HQ, something in the corner sparked his interest and reminded him of something. A panel that they had in their lab was actually the same exact panels that they used during those experiments. Which is mad weird. Why would an evil organization's panels be in a coffee shop laboratory? And oh no. So while my man was making some home renovations, the owner himself came down and he had some explaining to do. This man's comeback on being questioned on his loyalty is hilarious. And all he says is, can a villain look as stylish and dashing as me? And hey, who could argue with a man like that? But he does confess that he actually did work for Faust, as well saying that he is the astronaut that found Pandora's box and brought it back to Earth, and as well is the same guy that opened Pandora's box and brought up
Ain't no
segregation in the
fucking
giant
way.
bubbles. And my man's only excuse for this is, bro, I ain't gonna lie, Mars fucked me up. Like, damn, my boy was acting like he was playing Doom or something up there. And they just left it at that. I'd feel like you would probably press that a little more, but who am I? This guy is charming. He couldn't hurt a fly, right? But they end up getting sidetracked because they do find someone who actually knows who our boy Kiryu is. As he explains, our boy used to be the lead singer of their band. Dang, talk about wasted potential. How this man go from a wannabe musician to a dang physicist? But before they could learn any more, the big bad himself had appeared. That being Bloodstock. Damn, boy look freaking menacing, my boy. He got the drip on for days. Nah, it's bad when they're attacking this guy's style and charm. You cook. You donezo. Even worse, this man is equipped with a blicky, which he unleashed on our boy. But our boy believed that he could fly and knock man down a peg. And once he had him on the ground, he was gonna show him he not gonna take this show. They get the swinging and Shotty start taking pictures of that action. Was gonna sell this to Jonah Jameson for sure. Boy even whipped out the drill sword ready to pierce the heavens with it. Had that thing sliding down on man's blaster. Had it scratching up the finish. Oh, but Bloodstock gotta be a jujutsu sorcerer because he hit my man square in the gut with a black flash. Had my boy rolling across the pavement.
Oh my God.
Rethinking the whole fight now. He was like, nah, we gotta end this quick. This boy
he tough.
So he whipped out his
He tough.
signature move, summoned that graph table, and boy, something is amiss. Bloodstock ain't moving. He just chilling, and he does whatever.
He just chilling there.
Antagonist does
chilling
to
there.
show them what they really about. And when my man came down for his vortex finish, this man Bloodstock
he caught it. He got that shit like Aizen. He got that shit like Aizen.
Injury, my man said, nice kick, kid. Bro,
Damn.
Man swear he Piccolo, and he tell our boy he not ready for the hands yet, and just walks away. And boy, something like that can set a man's ego straight. He know that he gotta level up and do better. Our man was already struggling with Batman. How the heck he gonna handle him and Bloodstock? So quick montage for you. Our boy ends up getting a couple new forms. One of them I really like. It's like a manga themed one, and he even has a new sword, and it has like panels on it. He's even able to do a shadow clone jutsu. It's pretty fun. And bro, even adding the detail of an ink pen on the visor, nice. We find out the doctor that our guys are framed for murdering actually made the fuse system that our Kamen Rider uses. Our boy Bancho ends up getting a little pet dragon and fails to transform into a Kamen Rider multiple times. But one in particular fight happens that I need to talk about that had me hype as hell. As Bills was getting jumped by Batman and a Smash and ends up getting defeated. But then our boy Bancho done stepped in the scene and said, hey, pass me my dead girlfriend, bro. And boy, I was locked in.
Yeah, his girlfriend was a bottle, yeah.
Build up has brought us to this moment for my boy to get his shine.
Here we go.
Transform for the first time in the Kamen Rider Cross Dragon. Oh yeah, I'm hype as heck. Yeah, the Z might be silent, but he's
beautiful.
About to get the talk.
This is one of my favorite forms, bro. It looks so beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
One-shotting the monster that was giving Bilge trouble. Even the Batman was confused. He like, yo, this man might be a little different. I'm just saying, my boy was looking good in this fit. He knew he was looking good.
Yeah,
now with that
good at that shit.
The way it was time to give the Batman the hands. Boy,
oh yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah. We. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Gave him the bob and weave.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Quick for the Batman. Oh, and Batsy over here didn't know my boy Cross came equipped with the Bop It sword. It's
the Bop. Oh.
And that it hit that man's head. It had him flying back with a multi-hit Hadouken. You could just hear the chip damage. But as soon as that Bop It said, it was GG's for Manny. He had a dip up out of there.
Oh, you pussy.
I feel like I need to spoil that right now for you for this video. But as we get into this last section, I'm going to have to spoil something. If you are enjoying what you're seeing so far, of course, like and subscribe.
Of course.
50K. But as well, if you're planning to watch some Kamen Rider builds, stop the video now, because I will be spoiling some of the major. I've
already seen it, bruh.
Get into this final episode. That being on who Bloodstock is, and some revealing evidence on who our protagonist is. So we get hit with a big revelation that our main character is actually that genius physicist and not the guy from the rock band, and that he was actually trying to leave Faust, but Bloodstock didn't really like that idea. So he knocked him out and killed the delivery boy. And they swapped him. So he has the face of this one dude, but he is truly this guy all along. And Bloodstock went and framed the murder on Bancho. And this type of revelation destroys my man, kind of puts him in a weird daze of like, who am I? Identity crisis kind of situation. It really gets deep. And all this leads us to wonder what kind of sick, twisted individual would do such a thing. So our man went to seek out those answers, and while he was chasing a man that he knew to be a suspect in all of this, he finds out that it is the shop owner himself. He's a rookie. He was behind all of this, and to make it worse, he revealed that he is Bloodstock. And he honestly wipes the floor with my man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Boy was hitting the ground crying. Like, it's not fair. And this really puts a toll on the team as a whole, as this man was everyone's mentor. He was the person that was the, you know what I'm saying,
he was the guy that look up to, literally.
He's this evil mastermind. He's a big shot to the viewer and to them. But our boy Ryu decides he's not gonna let this type of disrespect slide. And he meets up with this man to run the ones for real. So on a rainy day, these boys have a standoff, and our boy just asks him straight up, was you pretending the whole time? Was any of it real? And bro, this was giving me flashbacks of the CW Flash show. Cause man just said straight up, I wasn't lying all the time. Sometimes y'all little kids impressed me. There was even a few times I even felt bad tricking. And boy, that is all Kiryu had to hear to say, F it, we throwing down. Shake it bake, baby. Oh, and Bloodstock didn't even hesitate. He pulled out the Beyblade launcher because he was ready to let it rip. Boy, you can cut the tension with a knife. You can't even hear the transformation over the rain. They stand in there 1 second and instantly sound wave through the rain. Like my man in the rain right now, but you could tell he was still kind of letting the anger get to him because he was kind of saucing him a little bit. Done snuck in another black flash to my man. Damn. About to have that series end early before my boy pulled the drill out on him and got a good couple licks in. But man, my boy started having flashbacks to all the good
PTSD.
Really that they was actually friends, just to know that this man didn't give a damn. He was getting so caught in the memories of them being a family that Bloodstock got a good couple.
Godly.
The mad boy. He was truly
The
disturbed,
switch.
saying that he couldn't beat him. He couldn't bring himself to want to destroy a person that he pretty much looks like as a father.
Damn.
I ain't gonna lie, this thing kind of brought me to some tears. It was getting super emotional.
Yeah.
And Bloodstock knew this, and he was gonna take advantage of this to finally put an end to our man.
Ooh.
That was until.
Ooh. My nigga Banjo. My nigga Banjo.
Oh yeah, my boy about to go crazy. Boy, our boy Banjo is no stranger to throwing hands. He
Nope.
said, hey, if you can't do it, I'll do it for you, Brody. Boy,
Yeah.
Oh!
Bing, 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 bing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah.
right here. Until this man put a strap to my boy chest and let go of the trigger. Dang, that thing gotta have some kick.
Man up the
One
blick
shot
on
had
God.
my boy de-transforming. But this act from Cross Dragon was just enough to give our boy the backbone to stand up for himself and face this father figure head on. As my boy had something just for the occasion as he pulls out the bubbly.
Want a Sprite cranberry?
Yeah. Yep. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And we get to witness one of the coolest transformations thus far, that being my boy's Rabbit Tank sparkling form. And bro, this fit is fire.
Ooh.
I'm talking, they got the red and blue that he had before, but then they got the white accents on top of
The
it.
spiky,
And to
the
top it all
spiky
off,
accessory.
every time my man moves and make color-coded bubbles. So
Ooh.
he does a slide kick straight to man's chest cavity, and Bloodstock realized he in trouble. He tried to throw some hands out just to get them things pulled, but my boy Build was about to show him that he built different, and about to take boy to a future music video set. Hit him with the bubbly kick,
Bam.
double cup,
Bam.
and that
Bam.
purple
Oh, yeah.
drink stung. But
Bam.
this man Bloodstock gotta
Ooh.
be repping slime season because he done shot the cobras out on man. But ain't
Ain't
realized
gonna do
my boy
nothing.
Build got that Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
Quick work of these constructs.
Yeah.
And bro, if you thought his vortex finish was fire, his sparkling finish is
Ooh.
fire. Bro, that thing is so strong it had Bloodstock over here punching bubble. And even though he was beating this battle, he is not out of the game just yet. It says that they can hold on to the bots. He can get it back when he wants, but he'll be seeing them soon, and they should watch out. But I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed watching Build. If you enjoyed this video and you're brand new, you can check out my other Kamen Rider video when I covered Kuga, and that was my first dive into the franchise. And I
That was a
loved it.
beautiful
Or if you
video I
wanna
reacted
hear me
to.
talk about another great franchise, check out my Power Ranger and Super Sentai stuff. But what's poppin' in Shaman? I love y'all.
Yep.
Peace.
Fire video by Shaman. Hey man, I'm telling y'all, watch Kamen Rider. There's no specific season to start with. You can watch any season y'all want, man. I'm telling y'all, it's literally adult Power Rangers, but it's more mature. People die, and yeah, it's nice like that. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, shout out Shaman King. If you want to watch the video, the link is in the description down below. With that being said, I wish you a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, best of all, good night. And with that being said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just, yeah, get out of here.